Okay. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've showed face, but I'm doing good. It's a little bit cold here where I'm at, so I hope this is loud enough. It's a little bit cold where I'm at, so still wearing like a sweater, but it's warming up during the daytime, which is so annoying. I hate when the weather's like that. I like it at a good 60 though, like 60, 67, 64, something like that. It's the perfect weather. But how are you guys and what's the weather? Ooh, how are you guys and what's the weather like there? I got a like simple setup right now, but yeah, I'm trying to. I just wanted to just make it more like organic, YouTube style. So yeah, I got the earrings on. Anyways, today I wanted to get into talking about some beauty controversy things. If you're not familiar with my channel, we talk about a lot of things here. We talk about beauty, we talk about TikTok discussions, women centered discussions, things like that. And I'm opening up a Patreon, which will be less censored and more, I guess, like we can connect and things and talk about things without trolls and also support the channel because I am not monetized as you're watching this. So I did want to do this live, but because I don't know this whole StreamYard thing and I'm figuring out, I'm just going to do it this way. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get right into it, sis. Mm, not you. Okay, so beauty related topic of today. Okay, is let's see which one should we start off with. I'm gonna start off with this TikToker by the name of. Ooh, hold on. Mm-mm. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see. I cannot tell what's doing what. This is a thing. This is a real thing. Let me go back to where I was. Okay. How am I supposed to see myself at the same time? Oh, okay, here we go. Mm, Let me just go back and edit to the thing first, and then come back here. Mm, mm, hit share screen, uh, speaking up. Mm. This is out of control. Let me see. Okay, yeah. All right. Boom. So, uh, this girl is named. Let me get her name. Her name is Me. My lifestyle. My lifestyle. Um, and what does that say? She's a spooky background, spooky, quiet, scary atmosphere piano song. What? Um. Anyways, this is titled "Only Black Woman in Corporate Storytime." Now, there's a lot of story times. I'm seeing the more that Black women pursue corporate jobs, and I'm kind of in between worlds on don't even get into them. They're not for us, and also in between worlds on the more we do take up space, the more they will be for us. So I don't really know how I feel about that, but I hope my I hope when I put it on the table it's not loud. But so she's gonna get into her story, and I'm gonna let her go ahead and talk about it. A lot of Black women were shocked about this. At this point, I'm not. Um, yeah, I'm not shocked at all about this. Really, it just needs to be a clear, I don't know, like a clear all in one thing where a list or something where people know about these brands and their reputations behind closed doors. But um anyways, let's go ahead and listen to her. I'm gonna pause and stop when I want to like give some type of um commentary. It's not playing, girl. Oh my god. Why are you not playing?
Story time of me working for Evan, New York as the only black person in corporate. Honestly, y'all, it took a lot out of me to even make this video. It's been 3 months since I left the job. They actually fired me. Wrongful termination, but we'll get to that. It has just been a very long journey. Evan, New York is a very popular beauty brand. They are very known for their 24-hour edge controls. I'll put it right here. And they're also very known for their wig sprays. So hairstylists, listen up. Because a lot of you, even if you're not a hairstylist, if you're a black woman, black people in general, listen up. Because I was treated so horribly, guys. Like I would go to the bathroom every day at work and cry. It was to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. That's how bad it was. So I initially seen a job posting on LinkedIn for being their content creator, basically like the face of the brand. Just do like a quick couple of videos for them. So um, the HR lady, the company's very small. If that like the company is like 80 people or whatever. So there was only one HR person at the time. And this lady, she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she was like, "Oh, can you come in for an interview? Like, we would love to talk to you." So I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I go in there and she's just like telling me all about the brand. And I realized that she kept saying, like, "Oh, we're trying to make it more diverse in the office. We're trying to make it," she just kept saying that, "We're just trying to make it more diverse in office." So I'm just looking around and I'm like, well, there are a lot of Korean people. How are you guys doing this? Like, what do you mean? There's no black people at all? So she's showing me like, oh, they have like in-house beauty hairstylers, nail techs, lash techs, whatever, and they test out the products. They're not on a corporate side though. I didn't know this. I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, so I see some black women in the office, cool. So I'm looking around. It's just nothing but Korean people. That still didn't bother me because I still seen like some black women in the office. So I'm like, cool, it doesn't matter. So she seen my resume and she was like, how do you feel about actually working full time as a marketer, social media marketer?
I hope this lets you guys know, like, in the beginning, you can already hear the red flags. Like, get used to doing that with people in situations. Like, you're not going to be perfect in every situation. You're going to make mistakes in life, but get used to running down like the plan, or like all the stuff that she's saying now about the story. Imagine if she just went home and typed it out, or recorded herself going over like the first day, and the lady explaining stuff to her and all the inconsistencies, and maybe just highlighting or underlining certain parts that don't sit well with you, and you don't know why it didn't. It just felt weird. um yeah, get used to, I guess, hearing the flags a lot faster in people, because it will save you some time.
Marketer. And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like I can come into the office every day and, do marketing. That's what I went to school for, communications and marketing. So I took on a job, and the first day that I went to work, they was just basically showing me how to do stuff, what websites they use, and things like that. So I'm already ready to make my first video, post it on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Wow. I edited this video and I posted it right before I left. And I noticed that it was going viral within 3 hours. Like, as soon as I posted it, it was going up. So I'm like, I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is my first day and I'm already, showing off, like doing my job. And I was looking at it all night. That's how excited I was. I kept scrolling, going on their page and looking at the video, like I'm doing my big one. It was around 8 p.m. that I realized that the video was deleted. So I'm like, what's going on? I was reading the comments the whole time, y'all. Everyone was laughing at the video. They were saying whoever's on the marketing team needs a raise. They were saying all these positive things, right? So I go into work the next morning, and as I'm walking to my desk, I have to pass my supervisor's desk, and I have to pass another coworker that thought she was my supervisor. Let's get into that. We could get into that, but I'm gonna just keep going. So I'm going to my desk, and I see that my coworker is showing my supervisor the video that I posted on TikTok from the account or whatever. So I'm like, they're just like literally looking at it or whatever, like reading the comments, and I'm like, hey, good morning. Yeah, why did the video delete? And all I know is that they looked at me and they were just like, there was too many negative comments. So then I go on the account and I, look at the comments. I'm like, there's no negative comments. Someone was saying like, oh, the person that posted it, like the marketing team, I mean, the company better be black owned or something like that, because the video was funny. It was about SZA, I think it was. Like it was about a black person doing a wig. It was some creative thing that I did. It was just all jokes, and it was good for marketing. So I was like, there's no negative comments here, and I felt some type of way because I'm like, it was my first day. I made a video go viral. Y'all needed help going viral and keep marketing these products and stuff. And I'm over here doing it on the first day, and y'all trying to figure out one little thing. Y'all see one little comment that say something, a little negative to y'all and y'all want to delete it. That's not how this works. Like, yeah, we got to get some tough skin around here if y'all want to keep going up in this company.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because to me, I don't really see those comments as like a reason to like. I mean, you could tell the person like, hey, maybe like try to avoid saying certain words or something that will give people a reason to say anything. But as far as like if you hit numbers, that's what I want you to do. Like that's what I don't understand about this whole story she's explaining. Because to me, it sounds like she's doing what she was told from day one, and she's hitting numbers, and she's speaking to a demographic that we're just going to say that this company is not and does not know how to relate to. And so she's doing you a favor. I mean, that's what I don't really get about these companies. If the black girl is doing you a favor, um, you know, that's why I think a lot of women I'm noticing right now do not want to work with the wig companies. And I agree with that. Don't work with people who don't. I mean, they don't really. When you're working with them, it's almost like they don't humanize you. They're just using you as an object. Excuse me. They're just using you as an object so that they can get all the profit and money that they want, but they're going to give you like free product in exchange, promotion to your video in exchange for, you know, giving them what they want. And that's not right. Other creators of other races barely have to go through this. But I just find that odd. Like, you have another minority in America doing you a solid, and you want to treat them like you don't need them. It's funny how you go into the beauty supply stores, which I'm completely I don't do that. I don't go into the beauty supply stores anymore. I'm very like what's the word? I'm very solid on that. I don't go in them unless I absolutely like it's an emergency and I'm only buying like one small 3.99. Everything be like 5.99 now, but I only go in there for like one thing. So if I need thread and I forgot the thread for whatever reason, if I can't go all the way to Walmart today, boom, I'll go like right there. But you know, it's so much that I could say about the whole like beauty supply thing and how I feel about that. Um, I don't know if I'll say it all on YouTube like that, but I mean, in a way, in a way, it's like I play devil's advocate on it, and in another way, I do see it as like you have hair texture that is more similar and relatable to, um, you know, non-black people. You could just easily go into their locations and sell products that you know how to market, you know how to talk about because it's similar to your hair or more similar, but they don't. They go into black locations and they maximize profit. They buy the cheaper buildings, which is the only thing that I could, you know, if it was about real estate by itself, cheap real estate for your brick and mortar business or whatever, I would understand that. But it's the way that the the business, what's the word? Why can't remember my words today. The way that the business plan, yeah, we should plan. The way that the business plan is set up is like to a T to have a huge focus point on black women audiences. And when you go in the store, the audacity to have one or two black girls that work at the front, just in case you need to ask them a question or give recommendations. They'll have those two black workers. And I've actually had friends that say that working um, around, some Asian businesses and things, they will find anything to like get you out. And this is not like just black people, but I've heard like they will accuse you, if something's missing, they will accuse you of stealing before their own. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a little bit different the way that they run business together. But, anyways, let's go back to the video.
So I let that slide, but ever since that day, I realized like everyone was just in competition with me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just like they were no longer trying to teach me anything. They were no longer talk. First of all, I realized. Let me just backtrack. Ever since that day, they had started speaking Korean the whole time in the office, in the marketing room. Korean. I had no conversation with them. They would speak to me whenever they told me to just do something. They would have meetings in full blown Korean. Even the CEO would come in and speak in Korean. And nobody thought to even, like look and be like, oh, let's just speak in English for now. We do have a black lady here that's just not Korean and she doesn't know anything that we're saying. So I just started feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, there's no way that, everybody was speaking English in the beginning, the first day that I was there, being very nice. And now all of a sudden, everyone's just speaking Korean the whole time, giggling, looking at me, laughing about things. And I have no idea what any of them are saying. So,
Mm, okay, that's the first part. She looks cute. Let me see. So now, go to her page and let's try to find the. Oh, she got a part three now. Oh my
literally
gosh.
the next week, I came into the
Look at these
office.
comments.
I go in the bathroom, I come out, my supervisor, my coworkers, no one in the marketing team is in the office. So I'm like, I know for sure the day before my supervisor was telling me like, oh, we're gonna go to New York to set up for this TV show that we're doing or whatever. So I'm like, I know they did not leave me in the office by myself while they're in New York. Like they went to the New York office. So I contacted my supervisor right away, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we did leave you. He didn't really have anything to say. That's the thing that really got to me is because like he really just was like, "Oh yeah, we left you. Just do some work, edit some videos or whatever." Like he didn't have no real reason to be leaving me. Like he just did not care. So I'm just like, I feel some type of way now because it's like y'all speaking Korean, y'all leaving me out of things. What like is this a team or not? So once I realized like they're separating me, I have coworkers that's talking to me any kind of way. The supervisor is just letting the coworkers talk to me any kind of way. I guess she thought that she was a supervisor, but we were literally on the same position. The first day, that was the only time she was nice to me. I guess once my video went viral, something switched. She was just like, "Oh, there's competition." I don't know, but I don't work like that. Like if we're a team, we are a team. There's no reason for y'all to be like treating me any type of way. I'm new here, number one. I'm still trying to get the feel of things. I know I guess they felt intimidated. I don't know. But at that point, I just felt like, why am I in this office every day? Y'all are speaking Korean. Y'all don't want to speak to me at all. I'm at the lunch table trying to figure out where I'm gonna go sit at because the Korean culture, like they all sit together, they talk. I sat with them like 1 or 2 days, the first 2 days, and they were just speaking Korean. They did not care. I just felt like that was so rude. So at this point, I'm feeling very uncomfortable about working there, but I'm still just like, I'm very new. Hopefully it'll change. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I went to HR and I complained. Y'all know when people say like HR is not on your side, like HR is not your team. They're just here.
Yeah, let's stop there for right now. So she's saying she's sitting in the lunch area and like nobody's talking to her and all that kind of stuff. All I'm gonna say is about that, you know when someone is mm, the R word, like you, you know when you're around somebody who has a distaste and does not um, accept your presence. That's the best way I could put it. You can see it on their face. They ignore you, or they give you smug look and they look off to the side, like they're not really interested in just you as a person. So um the fact that she went through all of that, like, can you imagine? Like, can you put yourself in this woman's shoes and genuinely just listening to the story? I don't know how she even put up with it as long as she did, but like maybe it was for the opportunity she felt like for the resume. But look, the way that I feel about working in these spaces and corporate spaces, like if you get there and you see that it is going to automatically be a problem, you know, you have to walk away at some point. Um, if it's something like an internship or something, and it's a really good um, opportunity, you don't have to stick in something that you're being mistreated like this. You could do it for maybe 3 weeks. I would still put that ish on the resume, like, here you go. um, yes, I worked at Coca Cola internship. Yeah, this so I would still just, you don't have to be there the whole time. Is what I'm trying to say. And what she's saying about HR is the reason why I never wanted to do that profession. When I started to get into like uh, going to college and things, and they're saying do HR, and I slowly started to realize that I rather do IO psychology than HR, because HR to me really seems like they're stuck in between the corporation, and the people who don't want to talk to you. They're pretty much the middle guy, you know. And when it comes to these situations, they're trying to also keep their job, right? And they're also trying to keep corporate in a ethical illusion or a diverse illusion. So HR is something I would never do. It really, I would never trust it. Um, it's very important that when you're going through these situations, you have a paper trail. You have emails. You have, I don't even want to say recordings because that could be illegal depending on the state you're in. If you're going to record, don't do video. If you're going to do video, no sound. But yeah, you need a paper trail. You need emails. CC the emails to between you and supervisors and other coworkers. One of my bosses taught me that, like, do control copies when you're talking to another department, and put your supervisor in it or put people that you trust in there, um, because you never know when it comes down to being mistreated and such, and not having the proper documentation and proof. and things like this. I heard about a woman who got laid off. I was listening to a podcast. She got laid off. Um, I'm gonna try to find this girl's podcast. She got laid off because something about a hotel room, and I think they had like booked her in a hotel room that was more expensive or something, and she had to like she couldn't get out of the situation, so she just ended up staying in the room. It's called Balanced Black Girl Podcast. I forget which episode it was, but they ended up letting her go because uh, I guess she exceeded like the company's expenses or something, and in a way, it wasn't her fault. But when you go through something like that, you really need to have like emails, emails on emails, receipts, copies, like all of that. Because if you don't, it sucks the situation, but being in corporate, which that podcast talks about a lot, being in corporate and being a black girl, a black woman, um, you got to be on your P's and Q's. And I think she talked about that in that very same episode. Like, you have to know your stuff, um, because they will get you. That sounds messed up, but they will um, find a way to get you out before everybody else. What this girl is talking about, yeah, what she's talking about, they were already snubbing her out. I don't know, you guys. I'm trying to find the podcast. Just give me a second. I would think they would tell me which one I watched. Mm. They do. They usually tell you which one you watched and how long you watched it. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Anyways, you could go and listen to like all of her um podcasts. She's no longer in corporate, I think, but if you listen to her podcast, like she talks about things like that. Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. It says ask less successful era questions, and this was her January 30th podcast. If you want to go listen to, an example of, getting pretty much like rid up for nothing and like just, uh, you know, snubbed out in the corporate world, and how she addresses like she goes more into detail with it than I can, but how to just make sure that you dot your I's, cross your T's if you're in corporate. Let me get back to this.
Here to protect the company, that's 100% true. In this case, I went to the HR lady and I was telling her, like, I feel very uncomfortable. There are incidents that's going on, and I just feel like something has to be done because this is not the way I know that, a corporate is supposed to be ran. And I'm not supposed to be getting treated like this. I'm a new employee. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I still feel like I'm being left out. Why is that? So she's just like,
Traction.
"Oh, I understand. Like, I'll speak to the marketing team. I'll speak to your supervisor. I try to get them back on track and try to get them, to work with you." I've been When I tell you guys, I worked since August. I was complaining all the way up until January about these things. I even had to take a mental health leave because of this. It was messing with me every single day. The way they treated me, it was like they were micromanaging me a lot. So the Korean culture, like work culture, is very different. I get that. But the way I'm saying they're micromanaging me, every employee at Evan New York, they have to write down their daily tasks in Asana, right? The daily tasks, you have to put each hour what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So mine, I had to make sure I put like I edited 10 videos today. I posted this. I emailed this person. I reached out to influencers. I did this. Like my Asana had a whole book of things. And I would get emails when my coworkers would post on their Asana, like upload their stuff. And you can just literally see they would have like three bullet points, quick things like scheduling emails, this, that, like very broad. And I was the one that had to put everything in detail, make sure the links was there. Every single thing, guys. I just felt like, what is going on? You know what made it worse? The CEO of the company decided that I need to start having presentations with him, the vice president.
This not starting to sound like one of them job listings where like they tell you like, oh, you're gonna be doing like something else, and then you come in that bit, and then it's like they put all the things on you, like way too much. Like, yeah, kind of sounding like y'all switched it up on her and like turned up the volume, you know, completely out of control. I don't really know what their expectations was um for her to do, but yeah, this is more than the job that you assigned to me. At that point, I would be leaving unless you're gonna increase or get a promotion for sure, right?
HR and the whole marketing team. And I had to let him know exactly what I was doing. I had to show him every post that I made, everything that I edited, everything, outreach to influencers, every single thing. So at this point, I'm a little frustrated because it's like now it's new other Koreans coming in doing the same thing, like marketing and things like that in the same marketing room. And no one has had to do this presentation. I even asked people that were there before me, I'm like, have you guys ever had to do this presentation? They're like, no, I don't know why you had to do it. That's a problem. He's basically just telling me, like, I don't know why you have to do all this, but that's very insane of you to have to sit there and, like, literally show them what you're doing when you literally are writing it down just how any other coworker is doing. What really made me feel some type of way is the CEO still didn't care. Like he just had this look on his face like a disgust look. And
Right?
I was just like, "Are you okay? Like what's going on?" He's just like, "I just don't see. Like I just don't get what you do or I don't get your job." And I was just like, "Well, didn't you hire me? Like I'm pretty sure you the company being that he's the CEO, I get that. You guys are probably like, "Well, he probably didn't hire, he don't know." He goes through every single thing. He's there, like he's on your back while you work. He knew that I was gonna get hired for the position, what I do, and everything like that. So for you to be talking to me saying like I just don't see what you do, and I don't get your job, and are you even happy here? Because if you're not happy here, then you can get out. He told me that.
Mm.
So literally the next week, I came into the office.
How long? So I'm really I'm not gonna like I'm not excusing that, but these comments are interesting. But I'm not gonna excuse that, but I'm just gonna say that I think a lot of these companies they look at something like social media marketing and stuff like that. They looking at that like I guess it's irrelevant at this point. And they could just find like one person to kind of like hustle and bustle it for the company. And as long as that one person knows how to advertise and market, they're in the clear. I think that's what it's going to turn into for the whole marketing job. Um, because it's they don't really want to give up the money for that kind of thing. Um, I'm really not sure how influencers are going to change in the next couple of years either, but I'm seeing that influencers and creators are going to have to pivot because at some point they're not going to want all of this, like, to have to fly you to places and they had a scarcity mindset about it a couple of years ago, but now that it's like it's so many people who whether they went to college or not that know how to do it. They just have to find that one person who gets their brand, keep them, and maybe two people to help them, and that's it. That's all they're going to try to do, which is going to make people who are trying to get into marketing and stuff like that more than ever before. Not we're not going to really have like a job unless you have a very competitive resume for that. I just don't think that they're going to see it as important anymore as long as they can find one person to, do it. And if you don't want to get down with what they want, they're going to easily let you go. Um, so the CEO not seeing it as like, you know, I don't know what that is. I mean, the attitude is just very nasty towards this woman, but it's just like it's kind of uncalled for. I don't know if he treats the other people that well. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But as a CEO, I'm not gonna guess they have the best attitudes at times, but the whole environment is off. You know, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue her story here. But I just think the CEO also really just doesn't want to pay for marketing, especially a black marketer. They just want to learn from her, make her do the whole like content planning, and then say dip. That's what they thought they were gonna do.
At this point, I just felt like I sat there and asked him. I said, "Are you talking about the HR complaints that I've made about me feeling uncomfortable in the marketing room?" And right, right then and there, HR. Everyone is in the room. HR is just like, "No, she's not. He's not talking about that. No, he's not talking about that." So I just, I just didn't know what to do at that point because it's like I don't want to quit. I still need a job, but at this point, it's like they don't want me here. They want me to quit. So what do I do? To make things like a little bit more clear for you guys, Eben New York had just took ownership of a black owned company. They were the first ones to do Jamaican black castor oil, and they have hair products, all that good stuff. I don't really want to talk about the brand that they just kind of pushed me onto because I was complaining so much to HR about me not feeling included with working under Eben New York specifically. But basically they pushed me on to another brand that they took ownership of, and I did the social media for that specific brand. I was still in the same office with all the Koreans, in the marketing room, in that same room, but now I just don't have a team. They told me that I'll have a new supervisor. The supervisor had no experience in marketing. He doesn't know nothing that I'm doing at all. He thinks that I'm just sitting there on my phone all day because he doesn't realize that I use my phone to edit videos and I use my iPad to edit all these videos and do all the graphics and things. And he's just sitting there trying to go back into CEO and the vice president and tell them, oh, she doesn't do anything, or like she just does the bare minimum. Like I don't, it just
Again, see, like the whole marketing thing, and like that job is gonna become like I can just see it's already making a turning point. But like the whole like everybody wants to be a marketer now, like or the last couple of years, it's going to become like, well, what do you bring to the table? Podcast bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. What do you do other than scroll all day on that phone over there? You, you. I don't know. Yeah, someone was saying that they were getting someone was saying that they were getting upset that she was probably going to HR. Yeah.
It just seemed like they looked for any little thing just to try to get me out of there. He told someone that he was trying to get me fired, if that makes sense, and it got back to me. This same new supervisor, guys, guess what he did? He told me to read over a resume. He literally handed me a paper, and he told me to read the name to see if it was a black name. A black name.
Microaggression. Microaggression.
So I'm looking at it, I'm
Microaggression.
like, a black name? What do you mean by that?
It's
A black name.
weird.
And what are you gonna do with it? And I was like, no. The last name actually was like, you can tell it was like a Hispanic name. But I was just like, what's your point? You know? And he never said anything. He was like, no, that's a black name. And then he snatched the resume back, and then that was just that. He was very rude, guys. And it was just like, it was unbelievable the stuff that I was going through. I'm gonna give you guys another example. I had to travel to Atlanta for a photo shoot for a new line that we were doing. And this new supervisor, he had to book my hotel and stuff. So I had to travel by myself. Usually, like, I travel with coworkers and stuff. I was the only one that was traveling. I had to meet people that were already in Atlanta and do everything else. But I'm just fine with that. It is what it is. So I get to Atlanta. I have the Uber take me to the address of the hotel. Guys, when I tell y'all, this looked like a motel. It was bugs in the room. It was stuff all in the bed. It wasn't a hotel. I'll give you that. Like it wasn't like just one tall building, nothing like that. It was like literally little little rooms each everywhere. So at this point I was traveling all day. It was like 6, 7 p.m. I'm trying to walk. It was like later than that actually because it was like getting dark. So they had me all the way in the back. So I'm already feeling uneasy. I'm by myself out in Atlanta. And this is where y'all put me in. Y'all have all this money and y'all want to put me in a hotel like this. Y'all playing in my face. I was cool with two other workers that's in a different department. So I'm contacting them. I'm like, when y'all have to travel with, Evan, do you guys get treated like this or are you guys in a nicer hotel? Everyone's just shocked, completely shocked. They're like, I've never been in a hotel like that. I don't know where they have you, but you need to leave. And at that point, I'm just like, I definitely need to leave. I don't feel safe here. The part that they had me in was all the way in the back. It was just a mess. I'm gonna insert some pictures in here so y'all can see it as I'm talking. But so once I realized I don't feel comfortable staying at this hotel, motel, whatever it was, I called him. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. I already booked it and there's nothing we could do. Bye. And hung up.
Wait, what is that? Cause that don't look like for yeah, that what is that? That's an apartment building? Like an Airbnb building or like I don't know, she's not really showing a lot, but it don't look like I'm staying as a brand ambassador vibes or whatever like that. I don't know what that is. And she said she all the way in the back of the apartments. They look like apartments to me. I don't know. Like,
I kid you not. That's all he did. While I'm sitting there on the verge of crying, saying, I feel unsafe, the room is dirty, and, it's not really a hotel that I feel comfortable in, anything like that. He just said, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to deal with it. Bye. Do you know how crazy I felt for my supervisor to do that, to book something like that, and then just say, I don't know what to tell you, and hang up in my face? At that point, it was
that's what I would have said.
clear as day that they did not care about me at all. They just wanted me to get some work done, and that was it. If I didn't want to quit, they were gonna just show me that you need to just quit because that's it. I have like a whole list of stuff in my iPad that I wrote down each and every day. That's how bad it was, guys. Like it was always something going on inside this office with me. It was like they were just attacking and attacking. And I had to just go to the bathroom every day and just cry and call my mother or call someone and just tell them what's going on. They couldn't believe I was going through all of that. And just to back it on up really quick, guys, there are two people that were working for the brand that they switched me to, if that makes sense. Like they were on a contract because they still had to show the Koreans how to work, how to work their company, if that makes sense. So I was in close contact with those two women, and one of the head of departments of marketing, he actually asked me, was I having a meeting with my grandmothers today? And by grandmothers, he meant those two black women, my grandmothers. Why would that be my grandmother? And why is that appropriate to say in a workplace,
Aggression.
anywhere? You don't
Like,
know if my grandmother's dead, anything. I just couldn't believe that they would be talking to me like this. It was just insane. At this point, I just felt like I sat there and asked him. I said,
let me see. Are we done? No, we done.
as if that wasn't enough. They tried to give me more problems while I was in Atlanta, but I just shook it off. So at next week, when we got back from the trip on Monday, I was working with the beauty advisors. I worked very close. That was the only safe space I had there, were the beauty advisors. Those were the black women that were in the hallways, just testing out the products every day. That was my safe space. So as much as I could, like I would just go and sit with them and try to do as much content as I could, because I felt uncomfortable in that marketing room because no one was talking in English, no one was speaking to me. I just felt, left out. So why not try to be around, people that will actually speak to me or even speak English? So I'm sitting with them, and my supervisor, he comes over to the table. He's like, Samaya, you spent $14 on food. I need the receipt now. I responded, I'm like, I'm sorry, because I did not know what he was talking about. And he's like, "Why do you have such an attitude?" Like he's literally yelling in front of the beauty advisors in at me, like in my face, like, "Why do you have such an attitude?" And I'm like, all I said was, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, when did I spend $14 on food and drinks? Please let me know." So at that point, you know how when someone is like ready to say something else, but they're just like trying to hold their tongue. That's what he's doing. And I was like, I just genuinely don't know what you're talking about. He throws the receipt at me and it says, well, ask the head of marketing. The light went off, but we still going. So I go to the person that he told me to go to, which was originally my first supervisor when I first came to Evan, New York. And I'm asking him, I'm like, all the expenses, receipts, and everything you have, like I gave everything to you. I'm not sure why this person is coming at me like this, but please just help me figure this out right now. Like, oh, well, I don't have the receipt for that date, this, that, the third. So I'm just like, well, let's go through it together. We go through it and he finds that same receipt for $14. So I go back to the first supervisor that came to me and was coming crazy at me. And I'm like, here, he had the receipt. And he didn't look not one bit at me. He didn't look at me. He didn't apologize for how he was speaking to me or anything. Not even the other supervisor that said that he didn't have the receipt. No one apologized. And I was just like, okay. I took it to the chin.
They don't give no F's. They really don't. They blatantly doing it in her face.
You would think that's it for the day, right? No, it's not. An hour or two later, this supervisor decides to have a meeting with me, the same one I was just talking about the receipt and all of that. Go in the hallway and have a meeting with me. I just want to let you guys know, like, the way that the office is set up is very little. Everything is glass doors, so you can hear, you can see everything that's going on, even in the hallway. We're standing in the hallway. He has this whole paper that he done wrote out with dates and everything. And it says, like, correct me if I'm wrong. On these dates, you didn't post anything. On these dates, you posted. Da, da, da. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? He said, correct me if I'm wrong. You're supposed to post on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok every day. And I was like, you're wrong. He said, how am I wrong? No, I'm not. Like, he's very defensive. I'm like, I'm supposed to only be posting on TikTok 4 times a week right now. He disregarded everything I said. Like, he did not care anything that came in my mouth. He tried to call two of the ladies that's giving the company over or whatever. And they're both saying the same thing that I'm saying. Like, they're agreeing to everything that I'm saying. So now he's very angry. And it gets to the point where he hangs up on the people that he was trying to, I guess, get to agree with him with. And starts going off on me like, well, how much content do you make? This, that. And I'm showing him, like, I just don't understand though. Once again, we have this whole Asana sheet. I've been having presentations. I've been showing them exactly what I've been doing every single day, on the hour, on the dot, whatever they needed. So why are they still giving me a hard time? I don't know. But let's listen to the rest of what he said to me. He basically said, I don't think you're doing anything. And the person that was before you is better than you. So now I'm just like,
Get
excuse me. He's
them.
yelling this, by the way. He's not speaking calm about anything. He was very rude about it. He's like, I don't think you're doing anything. And at this point, we're going back and forth because I feel very disrespected. I'm literally showing him all my work, telling him what I do all the time. And this is what you say to me? That's very rude. So someone had ended up running out
Call up, bro. Call them. Call them up. I don't need to be here then. Bye.
in the hallway and stopping him from yelling in my face. And I just walked away and started crying. Then they moved me to another supervisor. Now this supervisor is completely new. It's a woman, a Korean woman. She was new. She was telling me herself she didn't know nothing about marketing like that. She was telling me she didn't know nothing about the brands. That's fine. You could come in and do your research or whatever. But the way she was talking, she talked to me any kind of way to the point where I would have my headphones in or like sitting there doing graphics and stuff like that. She would say, "Yo," this is how she spoke to me. "Yo," like I was just a random black girl out on the streets. Why are you talking to me like that? You don't speak to no one else in the office like that, but you got your you going like this in my face saying, "Yo," trying to get my attention. This is a corporate job? Like I'm just confused. So at that moment, I got up and I noticed the CEO was in the lunchroom. I go to the lunchroom. I said, as you know, I have been having problems with the marketing team like crazy. Right now, I'm just letting you know what just happened. This new supervisor, she's talking to me crazy. She's snapping her fingers in my face. She's saying, yo, just trying to get my attention. I
Mad
don't know why,
disrespectful.
but I don't like it. No one else is being treated like this. I told him exactly what I'm saying to you guys right now. I told him that. He's just looking at me like, I hear you. One ear out the other, honestly.
When I tell you, I would be like right, right there. Mm-mm.
Literally the next day, I got written up. Well, warning for insubordination or something like that because I went to the CEO instead of going to another person and telling them the situation that happened. Please let me know how crazy that is. I'm getting penalized for letting the higher ups know what's going on because no one else is being able to fix the problems, the communication skills, everything that's going on right now. How does that work? It got worse from there. I had to take a mental health leave in December. At that point, I didn't even want to go back. I didn't even want to go back. I was crying to my mother saying like I just feel uncomfortable. They don't like me there. They treat me horrible. Everything. So why would I go back? And I regretted it. So the same day, no one welcomed me back. No one said hello to me when I walked in, and I said good morning to everyone. I say good morning. No one says anything. They just look at me, roll their eyes, or go on their phones. It was just a complete living nightmare. Mind you, I didn't do anything but do my job there, guys. I have a Korean coworker that even texted me and said, I don't know why they're so racist to you. I don't know why they're so racist to you. If they don't like you, they might as well just fire you. I don't know why they still have you here suffering. What really put the icing on the cake, you guys, is when the CEO he called. Well, we have these meetings for design, and all the whole company goes to these meetings. It was time for the marketing team to go inside. Everyone else is there, so I'm going inside, and he stops the meeting. The CEO completely stops the meeting because there was someone on a screen talking. He stops the meeting and he says, "Samaya, and points to the door. He says something really fast, like, you don't need to be in here. He points to the door. I'm very confused. Everyone's looking at me like, huh? That's what he did, though. He kicked me out, and I just went back to my desk because I was very confused. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just sit here. A couple hours go by, and I seen that he was out in a hallway on his.
Put put if you in the chat, put put a one in the chat if you think that the video had something to do about her and like what did they call it, like DEI, diversity, whatever they be saying. If you think the video had something along the lines to do with that, and maybe they were thinking about like she could whip out her phone and do Google Translate or something like that, because it could have been another language too. But I mean, it's just like, why would they tell her like leave out the room, or like she didn't hear? She said he said it so fast, but like it just kind of got me thinking like, what if they were, whoever like made that video or something was trying to just make sure that legally she's there for certain reasons and tax cuts, or I don't know, something that they obviously wouldn't want her to get on TikTok and discuss.
on his phone, like just walking. I went up to him and I asked him. I said, "Hey, can we talk?" He said no. So I'm like, I'm pushed back. I'm pushed back. I'm like, why? I asked him why. He said, "I don't need to speak to you, man." That's how he said it. I don't need to speak to you, man. What? The CEO of Eben, New York is talking to me like this, guys. Guess he felt some type of way about me complaining to HR and HR going back to him and telling him these things, but that's how he reacted. The HR person wasn't there that day. So the next day, I decided that that was going to be my last day. What I mean by that is if nothing was going to change right then and there, if they're not going to give me the respect that I deserved from day one, I wasn't going to do any work until I speak to HR once again and we're going to get something done. So I had the meeting, we get inside, and they're like, we don't want to talk about anything that, the CEO has done to you, has said to you, anything like that. We're just going to terminate you. Terminate me for what? Oh, because your KPI performance I've never seen no KPI performance. Isn't that a wrongful termination if you guys are just now trying to fire me over something like this when I've been complaining about this company this whole time? KPI performance, I got all my work done all the time. They just try to put together any little thing, guys. How could a company target nothing but African Americans, women of color, and things like that, and treat the only black woman that you have in that corporate like that? As if that wasn't enough, they try to give me more.
That's crazy. Let me see. Is that it? I don't know. I'm so sick of these corporate spaces treating us terribly. I'm so sorry this happened to you.
Hey, you guys, I just wanted to come up here and thank all of you so much for your support. I see all the comments, I see all the DMs, I'm seeing everything. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm very glad that other people are now speaking up about their experiences that they had with the company, and we'll just take it from there. As far as all the questions you guys have, I will be answering some of them. I've been seeing a lot of advice that you guys are giving me. Thank you so much. Just know that I am taking it and I have been trying to do certain things. So I just want you guys to know that. I've been seeing a lot of comments saying, so what am I doing now? I'm doing freelance work, doing UGC modeling. I really love modeling and content creation and things like that. So I'm just doing a lot of freelance right now. So I'm open to work with the right companies. I'm open to doing partnerships and stuff like that. But like I said, thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it so much. And please check out the beauty advisors stories that they've been making on TikTok. I can try to link it. I think so. People that work for the company that call me, I've never met them before, and they were telling me their story. So it's just a big thing right now. And I'm just glad that I spoke out, guys. Like, I feel like I'm making a difference. And it starts with us. speaking out about things and supporting one another. We have to support each other. We have to. So I love you guys. I will continue to update you and be blessed. Happy Sunday. Mwah.
Lawsuit. Everybody about to get their lawsuit up in there. I mean, that would be a good case, I guess, because you would have like they saying there's more people now, so you would have a good lineup of people to defend. Um, wow, yeah, not looking good. Let's go to even if they would even let me search it. And look at all these people. Look at, yeah, barely any of their people, but
My number one Wix
turn
styling
this
secret.
down and give me that copyright straight. hmm She's popular too. I've seen her a lot. Wow. And this is what it looks like when they make their stuff. I'm guessing. Comments are turned off on everything. Wow. Wow. They came back quick, huh? Don't want to address now. Y'all seeing this? This is what they make. They like a little UCG thing, I guess. This content doesn't really like get you the numbers like you really want, in my opinion. But this content, especially with hair in certain niches, is what you need. And they better start paying. They gonna have to pay a lot for the people who do actually, you know, kind of look at it as just business and not so much of like supporting their community and the racial issues. But wow, you guys, let me not put her on the screen like that. But yeah, I don't know how y'all feel about it. Did y'all use their products? I did use their products. Well, at least one. I tried it and I actually did. Um, that became a staple for me. I don't know. I'm either gonna throw away the can now or find something else, girl. But really, I haven't been using it like that. I've been doing glueless anyways. But it just makes it like melts on top of the skin and makes it. Dang. Yeah, I like that the product just makes it like blend better. So people, at least if people stand like, they still gotta stand like this far from you, but because if you stand like you on it, it's like that's lace. Is that your scalp doing something weird? But yeah, I mean, it makes it melt into my skin tone a lot better. So I do different. So now that we're done with that, essentially, go ahead and comment and talk about what you think about the whole even thing. Um, let's get into let's save the best one for last. Okay, so yeah, let me get my notes for this because it was a mess. Like, I like this hair, but I don't like to talk too much. Like, I don't know if I need to cut the top. Like, I need something up here. Like, it's just, I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna break this into a few talking points. Let me see if I can stay on my phone. Like right here. Yeah, I'm gonna break this into a few talking points. But let's just watch the video first because I actually haven't seen the pictures. So, hold on, y'all. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. Where's the one? Here we are. Beyonce's hair. Showing her real hair. Which, some kind of way, well, I'm gonna get into it, but we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. This is pictures, as you can see. Blah 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 blah. This is pretty much what we're talking about in the next segment of this recording that I'm doing. So let's go ahead and watch. Let me see. Can y'all see this one? I don't know if y'all can see this one. I'm gonna share another tab. Here's the other tab. As you can see, her hair, here and here and here. So she did a video, pretty much. She gave y'all 4K. She gave y'all lights. She gave y'all mirrors in front of her, so you know that it's her. The fact that this woman went through great lengths, and literally she has great lengths, pun intended, but she went through great lengths just to show her hair, and you know, and the response is crazy. So let's see this one. So here's the video right here. We're gonna watch together. I have not watched it. Only thing that is sus to me is this. I don't know why she's putting her hand there, but before we watch the video, okay, I just want to say, I am a fan of Beyonce, but I am not like this overhyped thing with her, and like this whole like stan and whatever you want to call it, like that super like celebrity worship type stuff. I don't believe in that. When she started to go more pop, like after the album with her and like the alligator on it, I kind of started to not like vibe with the music the same. I did like Renaissance because I like house music and like club type music. Like, it's not for everybody apparently, but yeah, I've been liking her newest music as well. So it's less pop and more like something that she wants to do, I guess. And she's kind of brought that back, but I'm not biased at all towards Beyonce. It does. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I am not like just, I don't know, in awe with her just to be in awe with her. I'm not fan obsessed with her. Um, as long as you're a human being in this lifetime in a body, that is what you are. You are not, I don't know, some goddess, some god or whatever. I don't. If you in a body like me, you're a human being. You're not whatever. Anyways, I usually criticize Beyonce like most people do, at least like not criticizing her like a hater or anything, but I do kind of peep some of the things that she do. I don't approve of everything that she do. Um, so I do hold her to a certain you know, is it expectation? I don't want to say expectation, but let's just say I don't overlook things because of her name and her celebrity. So yeah, I'll go back to his page real quick. And yeah, so this is biased. This is unbiased, excuse me. And usually I would not lean this way, but I am this time. So here we go. Whoa, that was so loud in my ear.
Now,
You know what? We're gonna have to just cut that off. Mm, mm. Inches, inches, inches. Opalex, get that Opalex, y'all. That's a good Mother's Day gift. Go to my Amazon storefront for that Opalex, or whatever it's called, something like that. Okay, cute. Okay, cute. So let me go back because I just want like something, a picture or something. I just want a picture as we talk about this. Is that okay? Can we just have a picture as we talk about this? All right. I like that picture. So we're just going to do that one. All right. So people had said they wanted to relate to this woman. They wanted to see her use the products in Blue Ivy's hair, her mama hair, her hair. They wanted to see her wash her hair, dry her hair. They wanted to see her put the oil in and the rosemary mint oils and things like that. So she's doing that. And she's gotten attacked. Yep. She's gotten attacked for doing what y'all told her to do. She did it in her way. I mean, she does have like cameras and lighting and other people helping her with her hair that are professionals and such. But if you had all that money, would you be doing all of that? She's never, probably in the last like 15 years, you think that woman seriously has like even held up a hair dryer? or whatever. She's done all of that for y'all, using her products, showcasing her brand, um, being more vulnerable with her brand. Um, and she's bleaching her eyebrows, all of that, things that y'all should be able to relate to. If you can't say that you've never been to a salon before, if you've been to a salon before, put a one in the chat. If you've never been to a salon before, put a two in the chat. If you've been to a salon before, put a one in the chat. I mean, if you've sat there and you've gotten your hair like in the black thing and they just like rinsing the water out and like rubbing your scalp and all of that, like if that is you, put a one in the chat. It's relatable. That makes it relatable. You know, not the cameras, not the lighting and all that stuff. Well, yeah, maybe so, because you do have a lot of hairstylists who need to do all of that when they finish your hair or whatever. But that's relatable. All of this is relatable. That she did. She did what y'all told her to do. So the first thing I want to get in on this is, let's talk hair. Let's just talk simple hair right now. So before this, looking at her hair texture, people are gonna say that it's like a. I would say that that's like a 3C, 3B, but people are upset about the texture of her hair. Why, I kind of don't understand, but y'all are upset that her hair is not 4C, or like mine is 4G. Y'all are upset that this woman's hair is not something that she can control out of her body. Now, let me be clear about this. Some people say that her hair is treated and all this kind of things. Unless she has a lax thing going on, she could. Or really, like with her hair texture, and some people in my family have this hair texture, really like relaxers you don't want to put on that type of hair because it will just like fall off. Okay. But doing something like, is it called the new wave, new nouveau wave, um or like that product that gives you like a jerry curl look. Okay. I think it's cute, especially when like older women who have their hair cut like really short and they have like little cute curls. I think that's cute. But she could do stuff like that maybe. Um we don't know if she's had keratin treatments. Um we don't know if she's had uh what's it called? Not keratin. Oh, just regular color. I mean, it's obvious. Well, yeah, we could tell she's had obvious color in her hair. How many colors? How many highlights? Low lights? That's a bunch of highlights and low lights. I don't know. But what I can tell you is any chemical that you put onto the hair is going to manipulate it in some way. Um, I'm not going to say that all chemicals change up the bond of your hair, but if you put a chemical on your hair is going to be smoother, silkier. Um, the strand itself is manipulated. Any chemical, doesn't matter what the chemical is made out of, even keratin, it changes the hair bond, strands, whatever. It changes it up. So, is she getting keratin? Probably. Is she getting what like um colors and stuff like that? Like, yeah, that's gonna change her hair. But in my opinion, those type of treatments have only manipulated your hair to maybe be a little bit softer, one step up manageability. Doing those treatments to your hair, unless you decide to texlax your hair, which I say for her hair in particular, I don't think her hair could handle that, but maybe it can. Um, Depending on like what she's had treatment wise, her hair texture is probably only going to go up one texture difference. Like it's not a big effing deal like how some of y'all are making it online. Um, it's really not. Some people have more hair follicles on their hair. I think that's such a beautiful thing. Um, when I was pondering kids and babies, I always said I wanted my baby to come. I don't care what texture the hair is, but I want my baby to come out with like a damn toupee. Hair looks like a toupee on their head. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that that's a really like beautiful, uh, I don't know, God given characteristic on people to have like Cardi B's type of hair where it's just like huge, right? Um, I think Beyonce, she kind of has it, not as much as Cardi B, but Beyonce definitely has that volume. She just has more hair follicles on her head. Like for people to say that this is a wig, this is micro links, this is all this type of shit. From the pictures that I'm looking at, and the length that she went through to show you her scalp in 4K. Well, it wasn't 4K, but I couldn't get it to go to 4K. But the fact that she went this far, all of this, I don't know why we got this like weird filter on or whatever, but got these damn soft box lights and vanity lights, and she recording, she showing you in the mirror that's her damn face. Like ain't no way y'all could say this, look at every single angle and say, oh, that's not Beyonce sitting in the chair and all this stuff. um that's her. And this looks like, I don't know how you can, I mean, you can get kinky straight wigs and stuff nowadays, but this is real hair. This is woman hair. That's what hair looks like when it's been blow dried. I mean, that's her scalp. Like, what do you need? What do you need? Now there's a problem with her hair being too close to the good hair aesthetic or whatever, which is another thing that irritates me about this. So now we're going to get into um, a deeper level of this topic in which I don't understand. So, good hair. I've been hated that. I've been hated um, people telling me, well, being around people and, as a kid, and they relate to someone else's hair as good hair. Excuse me. They relate to someone else's hair as good hair. And I had to question, well, what the hell is mine? This reminds me of that. I don't know if I'm gonna find it on YouTube real quick. I'm gonna try. This reminds me of this speaker who, let me see. He was talking to black children about like what it means to be black. Let's see if I can find him. Okay, we're just gonna go to Themis channel because I know Themis has talked about it at some point. Mm-mm, mm-hmm. Nope, 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 nope. Why is it? Where's his videos at? I can't be looking at this right. Where's his videos at? Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get it up here. I forgot to say that. How much I want to bet that girl? That girl completely threw away all her Evan stuff in the trash. After she got terminated, she went home and burnt all that Evan. Don't do that. Don't do that. Aerosol can, but warning, discretion. Um, how do I share this? Oh, share this tab. So here is one of his thought pieces. I don't know if y'all can see his face clearly. This was made a long time ago, but in one of his lectures, he had a bunch of kids in the class, and he was talking to the kids, and he was like, if whiteness is synonymous with smartness, or then what is black synonymous with? Like, you have to ask yourself stuff like that. So we know that having textured hair is obviously synonymous with black, or being black, having black features, or having extreme textures of hair or whatever. So if you're saying that this type of hair, right? You're saying Beyonce's hair is correlated to good hair, or that type of hair would be correlated to good hair. Then what is the kinky texture hairs and all this stuff? We'll need to get all it. I keep dropping this and it is getting on my nerves. We'll need to get into all that because I think I'm running out of time. So now that we've had the discussions about why the natural hair movement possibly didn't work and didn't do what it was supposed to do, and da da da. With all that being said, it's very clear that brands and companies are going to bank on the people with the hair that is most desirable in our community. And that's just facts. That's just facts. And we have to be honest. The reason why there's not a lot of representation is because there's no push for that representation. There's no innate desire to see that reputation, for the reputation. So They just are going to put all the money, all the marketing into people who have a certain hair that you like, that's ambiguous almost, and they're going to keep pushing that. Natural hair movement, all y'all wanted to do is sleek it down, get it out the way, uh, braid it up, whatever. Da da da. That's what it was, which is why it didn't work. It didn't work. So now it's very puzzling to me as to why people are mad to see the good hair now. Like I'm not understanding it. Despite the whole good hair thing, her hair looks free of split ends. It looks well managed, well taken care of. She has lengths on lengths. Um, I don't see the issue. Her hair looks beautiful and healthy. Gorgeous hair. Y'all can't just give her that. I honestly think I think it has something to do with um people not wanting to just give her that because she has everything already, or she's like a it girl already. So it's a part of a dark side of pretty privilege. It really is. Like, oh, she got it all. Like she can't. We don't give her like some more props. Like that's the last thing we'll do. Um, and I think that other brands. So I, not to compare her to other people, but just for the sake of this video, we know that there's like Selena Gomez and her stuff. There's Ariana Grande and her stuff. There's Rihanna, her stuff. Really, I feel like Beyonce said that she's been doing this and she's been testing out her formulas for a while. I honestly, when I heard that, I was like, I bet that's why a bunch of celebrities like rushed to put out their stuff, because they knew Beyonce was going to completely put a lot of their stuff to rest when they launched. So that's why you had an influx of celebrities um, coming out. hmm Coming out with their personal brands, and I think that was they were trying to get in there before Beyonce. Um, uh, you know, but Beyonce took her time with this, and she actually like did studies and all this stuff with her products, which I think is better than most people have gone to say, hey, look at this product, just buy it. You know what I mean? So I think her brand is worthy of looking into. Not saying that I would get it, but I'm saying it's worthy of looking into. And I think that it should be affordable for, you know, I don't think her target is just black women, but it should be affordable for black women now that we are getting the best education in the country and we're buying houses and things like that. I'm pretty sure they could save up and splurge on her her brand. So I think that people are just getting tired of celebrities, being able to try to, you know, sell them something else, find another way to get some money out of them. Like that's really what I think it is. And I think Beyonce is trying to distract from the whole like Jay-Z Diddy thing as well, and kind of separate herself. But really I think that Beyonce started this off when y'all had a problem with her baby's hair. I really think that made Tina and Beyonce start thinking about hair and things like that. And if she gives this company, she'll have a company to give to her daughter inspired by the controversy that, she could put Blue Ivy can put people's mouths to filth, like, you know what I'm saying, if she takes over this company and one day or something like that. um I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's where Beyonce's inspiration to really like maybe learn more about hair and things like that. And at least that's what I see out of it. So I give her props on that. I do. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read my notes. But it's the same reason why you would see a affiliate link on somebody's page. Like I was watching a YouTuber talk about this. Like you would see an affiliate link for a product, or like I don't know, this damn mouse or something, and I'd be like, go click my link, and a lot of y'all won't click it. A lot of people won't click it. Like Amazon affiliate links, I don't know how people get paid from that. That's like a very small percentage of, like a decimal percentage of people who actually bank on affiliate links, because a lot of people will look at something and be like, I don't want to give them extra money. They're already getting money, and being bold enough to click on the camera, and they already have pretty privilege, and they already, probably have tons of money already, tons of success already. Why would I give them even more of whatever? So a lot of y'all just go to Amazon, knowing that you need the product anyways. Go to Amazon, type it in, do all of that instead of just click the link, be redirected, and purchase. Like, that's sad. I think it's the same thing with Beyonce here. It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of just like, girl being like, girl, you can't have it all. Um, and it's kind of sad. Um, the whole like is always gonna be somebody that's richer, prettier, whatever. Like it's just a little bit of like jealousy to the comments that I was seeing with regarding her hair. So you can't be mad that somebody is you know had more opportunities than you, and they're fearless to do things that you never will. Like that's really what I think it is. Like this is giving some inferiority issues. Um, yeah. And regarding like other brands and stuff, do you really see Selena Gomez's people like being like, girl, the price on that, and having so much to critique? Like, I feel like to be a black public figure is to have a certain amount of uh, perfection. Like, you can't get to that level of perfection that your own community is trying to like put you in a box in. It's like, how can you possibly be that, I don't know, put on a pedestal and then like just be torn down and fall from grace? It just seems sort of chaotic to me, and messy. It's like a messy type of thinking mindset that I don't really like that. The public figures that we do have that are black, that have made it to the top, y'all constantly are like criticizing them to like a point of no return. And I do know that once you hit a certain tax bracket, you just can't relate to, you know, the everyday man or woman. I get that argument. But when it comes to like the black people who really hit it big, I noticed that like it's a lot of, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Like it's, you can't do nothing right. You can't. Even if you try. Um Even if you do exactly what they told you to do, and how, it's not, it's just not good enough. I don't like that. But yeah, I don't see other races openly online being like, oh, Selena Gomez, like, she, I don't know, got the nerves to make her blushes this price. Like, they might say that in their house amongst each other, but they don't get online and let other people see that. And it's just a little bit, it's a little bit embarrassing, and it's weird, and it's some deep psychological factors, I think, within the community, that once there's a little bit of progression, it kind of gets set back again. There's a little bit of progression and it gets set back right into like some fuck shit. Like, what, why do y'all think like that? Um I don't get that. Taylor Swift people wouldn't do that. Hailey Bieber's people wouldn't do that. Um they just, it's not that serious, girl. Unless they selling something that they know that they've had no involvement with, they don't care about. They just been like, oh, buy this. Then yeah, they fans, get upset, but y'all too picky. Too picky. But I really think that that's like a thing, that's a mundane daily thing that black people do to each other. Like, pick each other apart. Just out and about, going to the grocery store, doing mundane things, getting gas. Like, we pick our own selves apart more than anybody, and then we have the audacity to put it online. Openly tell people your inferiority problems. Like, openly let the enemy or other people know what's really like your thought pattern on things. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Let me see what else I want to talk about regarding Beyonce. I'm about to close this up, and then I'm gonna hit some other points, and that's it. Share the screen again. I just want to prove that this woman can't do nothing right, apparently. All right, let's see if I can get rid of some of this stuff. All right, well, let's see right here. Let's start here. Business Insider. We was criticizing Beyonce for not dancing for expensive concert tickets. And I honestly feel like Beyonce is in her, I don't know what to call it, but like Celine Dion stage presence, where you just stand there, you look pretty, and you hit some vocals. Like, that's how I felt about that when this happened May last year. Okay. Everything else about, well, maybe not so much the dancing at times, and they had to get stuff. They was listening to the comments. They've gotten a lot of stuff improved with her concerts now, but y'all let that go and y'all start doing the Renaissance dress up and going to the concerts still. So that was good. But in the beginning, you critiqued her for that. Can't do nothing right. Then we got to hear Beyonce skin bleaching. I didn't address this. I had wanted to make a TikTok about this. I did not address this, but as a woman with about the same complexion as this woman, lighting, camera, all of that, I can show you pictures of me when I was in 6th grade, and I took pictures with a flash digital camera, Kodak digital camera. I look like more tan. Okay. People's skin change the older they get as well. Everything is not skin bleaching. Everything is not skin bleaching. And this, what you seeing right here, y'all, I keep dropping it. This whole skin bleaching thing, yeah, it's kind of, whether she is or she's not, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna just say no, because what you're looking at here is somebody who has picked a hair color that is not suitable for them. No roots, darkened roots, none of that. She just went pure. Uh, would this be considered platinum blonde? This is the platinum blonde. This is the platinum blonde with no yellow, no traces of yellow in it. It's really just essentially like silver, silver hair, salt, pepper, but without the pepper. Anyways, if I put that on, I would look the same, because if you don't understand your undertones, if you don't understand your skin complexion and what colors go with you, you can put a color on and it will completely wash you out. This is black. It's supposed to be one beat, but it's black. Okay. As you can see, it washes me out quite a lot. I don't really like black, but same thing with what you see in here with Beyonce. That color washed her out, so she's going to look lighter than she is. Then with the silver and all of that, these are not her. These are not her color seasonal palette. It's not. Sometimes you don't want to look like your color seasonal palette. Sometimes you want to venture off and do trendy stuff, and that's what she did here. Y'all automatically said this woman was trying to be another race or something like that. That's some stupid ish. I don't get that. That's dumb. Um, I'm not gonna say it's dumb. It's ignorant. Yeah, it's ignorant, and it is. I'm pretty sure that's not what she was trying to do. So she couldn't do that right. Wear a different color hair without getting called a skin bleacher. Um, Depending on how much you go outside, things like that, you will lighten up. During the winter time, I lighten up at least 1, 2 levels. Okay, like this is crazy. She has access to skincare, sunscreen, probably never having to go out and do much. She's gonna be light. She's gonna be light. All right. That proves my case that she cannot do anything right. So, a Beyonce girl, I'm backing you up today. That's today, but because I don't see it. To me, it just sounds like a lot of hate. And the last thing I want to get to is last topic on this. I take a shot every time I drop the freaking mouse. Now, Cardi B, I don't know what Cardi B is. I'm not going to say that she's a black woman, but I'm just using her picture because she's involved in black culture. Okay? Let me look this up for y'all. I hope y'all can't hear me typing. That's kind of funny. This was her best era, too. I'm just going to open up all of these and then comic. Wait, can y'all see this one? Oh, yeah. Y'all looking at this one, huh? I didn't know that. Oh wow. Um, still learning this. Still learning this. Let me see. Who else? I hate to put these two people together, but I'm just gonna have to prove a point. Just gonna have to prove a point. So, starting with Belcalis. I just want you to notice something here. As I'm showing you this, itchy nose. Yeah, I ain't gonna put that. I'm gonna put this. I'm running out of time here. I'm sure. All right, gotta be quick. Okay, so here we see Cardi B showing her huge amount of hair. Okay, remember all the length checks if you was around during those great YouTube days and black women were learning more about how to take care of her hair, how to grow out hair. And there's been a lot of controversy on the internet about that too. And that lady on TikTok talking about how she hates her hair and it doesn't grow. That is a myth. Black people's hair does grow. Black women's hair can grow. You just have to make sure it doesn't break off. And that's different than every other race, but we're not like every other race. Your hair works the same. I don't know where that comes from. It might grow a little bit slower, but that depends on genetics. It's not really like a black thing. Um, yeah, you take care of your hair, you stop it from breaking. I guarantee you, within 2 years of dedication, it will grow. Just don't be lazy. Did I share the tab? I did not share the tab. Length check. Remember all of that? This. Okay. Here's Nicki Minaj. Here's Nicki Minaj again. Here's Nicki Minaj in her best era, in my opinion. Gorgeous. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Beyonce. If you notice in all of these images that I'm showing you, the need for black women to prove and show that they have inches, to show that they have grown their hair, is mind-boggling to me. It's not like other races of women who know that they're able to grow the hair or whatever like that, and they just do the same thing that their grandmama did throughout time. They all have long hair. It's not like that. It's like you have to prove to people that you have long hair. You gotta take pictures. You gotta really let them know it's real. You gotta do all the parts because you're gonna have people discredit you, and that is sad in our community. Don't you think? This need to be like, oh yeah, I can grow hair. I can do it. Whatever. I forgot to add the piece where I did say Beyonce does have access to 40. They said what, like wigs that are expensive. Why is she showing us natural hair? That's a valid point. Why is she selling us natural hair? Valid. Um, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have to touch her hair. Her hair don't like to be touched, just like my hair don't like to be touched. And that's how I get inches. Is from doing nothing. So like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. But I will see you on the next one. Um, yeah, I don't know.